Hello, everybody. I don't know. Oh, this is not working. Can you see me and hear me, and am I not lagging? My heater's on full blast. Good morning, everyone. That's my bad for scheduling this last minute. I thought I had it scheduled, and I went to get into the room, and I was like, there's no room. Thank you, Ad. All right. There is a premiere of the podcast after this at 1 p.m. So be there or be square. Just kidding. Okay, let me go back to the top. Is my sister having a boy or a girl? Let's see. I can't always get gender. Is that foggy? It is. Oh, we're doing this today. All right, well, Queen of Cups coming out first. I'm going to fix the camera in a second. I don't like to predict gender with tarot. We do have Queen of Cups coming out first. So this can be, the baby's going to be healthy. Five of Pentacles in reverse, no issues. Justice in reverse feels like a smooth delivery. I tend to lean maybe a little bit more towards female, but I'm not always confident with gender. Hold on, let me fix this. It's not alive if we're not having some issue, right? Okay, let me put this back. Extra camera. Oh, now we're not fuzzy. Okay, that's good. One thing at a time. Any messages from Paul and a token? A car with number 7 on it. Car with number 7 on it. 1, 2, 3. If you could see what I see now, you'd realize how far you've already come. Oh, and the car, how far you've already come, the car. Allow yourself to get excited again about something. It's almost like you keep watering down your joy. So there's a message to stop watering down your joy and allow yourself to feel it. Will my aunt's house sell for the amount we are hoping for, and when? Will it sell and when? No, I don't think it's going to sell for the amount you're hoping for. King of Swords in reverse. It's almost like the realtor needs to shift focus on the market or something like that. Like King of Swords in reverse makes me think I have the right info in the wrong place, if that makes sense. I feel like there's like a learning curve here with like marketability or something like that could make it happen quicker. Feels like right now not getting what you asked for, though. It feels like less. Any messages from my spirit team? You Found Me by The Fray is playing. That feels significant. You found me. It feels like this is a time when you're meant to be really going in deeply to yourself. The 4 of Wands community is reversed, but Chariot is here. So it's like this next chapter is going to require you going inward in like a comfortable solitude type way. Message from my guides on how I connect better with them. Choice, final choice, addressing a certain shadow. Planning and strategy. So this feels like maybe like a fear of failure, or like what happens if I'm connecting with my guides and I misunderstand something. It's almost like you fear maybe letting them down, but it's a projection of a fear of letting yourself down in some way. So addressing that feels to be the path there. How will May be for me? How will May be for me? It's almost like a lesson from the past is kind of repeating so that you can approach it differently, if that makes sense. So, an opportunity to show yourself that you learned from a previous experience by handling a similar one differently now. So, I guess I'd say how will May be for you? It may feel a little annoying. Oh, seen and heard. Thank you, love. Any messages for me and a song? Hey, Soul Sister by Train. Trust the falling away of certain energies right now. This is like from connection to disconnection because you need to take a step back in order to move forward. And Hey, Soul Sister with Train is like some people are meant to be chapters, not the entirety of our book. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is the energy of something that already needs to be released or something that's about to be needing to be released, allowing it to unfold naturally or like without gripping it. Message and song for Annie from her mom in heaven and a song for Mother's Day. Hold on. Actually, hold on. I'm going to use the song on the deck. Stand by Rascal Flatts. Oh, and it's Queen of Hearts. That's the Queen of Cups. That's the mother card. She's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. The olive branch may hold some significance. It almost feels like a bit of an apology. I don't know if it's like I'm sorry that I can't be there for this Mother's Day. It feels like a little more than that. Like, what's that quote of like bygones be bygones or something along those lines? Yeah, Knight of Swords and Sun in reverse. Something I never got to say. Something I never got to say is what? Shifting gears. I wish I would have shifted gears into more expression. I'm sorry for not expressing myself fully to you, but you can feel now what I wish I could have expressed then, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, I need to do a Mother's Day giveaway. Can someone can someone please email me and remind me to do that later? I'll post it today. You don't have to be a mother, you just have to have a mother to enter. So that's everybody. Anyway, okay. Message for love. Message. Something's causing you to run from it. Like, I don't want to feel that, so I'm in this energy of escapism. There's encouragement to sit with it. Are we getting a holiday this year? Are we getting a holiday this year? If you're reading that, if you're meaning that as like, is my work giving me some kind of break, which is kind of how I'm reading these cards. So if it's not that, re-ask this. But that's how I'm reading this. And this is like, if work is supposed to give you or promise to give you an extra week, but instead they give you like a donut party or something. Like this feels like that. So it feels like you're left kind of not happy with the outcome. Why does A try and push my boundaries? Any advice? Try to push my boundaries. This kind of gives like only child vibes, almost like I want what I want, and if that's not in alignment with what you want, too bad. It kind of doesn't feel personal. It just feels like this is my energy towards everything. Like if there's a boundary, but what I want is on the other side of the boundary, then the boundary is in my way. It's not that the boundaries preventing me, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel personal though. How would our family trip go celebrating daughter's graduation? Why isn't my second screen showing me the starred things? I feel like it's going to be triggering in a good way. Like, I feel like you maybe aren't expecting to feel as emotional at the ending of this as you're gonna feel. Like, obviously graduation is a big deal, but I almost feel like on the way home, there's like this almost like a, I don't know, like a not a letdown, but like a letdown of like high emotions to like a drop. So as long as you're prepared for that, I feel like everything's gonna go fine. The Hanged Man and the Fool, I feel like is like a profound experience, but one that is again like a nostalgically painful, I guess is the word I'd use. Why is this not? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to use this one. I'm gonna go back and forth here. Did I do the right thing investing my money, and will I make a good amount from it? I feel like you're on the right track with wanting to do that, but I don't think you're at the. I feel like there's still decisions or shifts that are needed, kind of big ones, in order to get to where you could make a good amount off of it. So I don't know if that's like adjustments of like the type of investments or adjustments of how the investments are like divvied out or something. It feels like there's major changes that are coming that will more than likely put you on the path to making something from it, but you're not there yet. Will I get the house I'm seeing today? Will I get the house I'm seeing today? Connecting, and I said connecting what? Connecting some kind of blockage with some kind of anxiety. There's something that's going to be off about it, it feels. Like, I don't know if it's you being like, "Oh, I didn't see that in the ad. I don't really love that." Or maybe it's like a hidden cost or something. Or maybe it's that someone is already on the hook for it and you need to wait until they yes or no it for you to, something like that. It's like some kind of blockage because of something that you're like, oh, I hope that this isn't the case. And then something along those lines. So not that it can't happen, but there's something to overcome first if it's going to. I feel more likely no. How will my performance review go later today? Not bad. I just feel like maybe they cut you off or something, or they don't let you maybe explain something you'd not that they're like, okay, explain this, but like almost like you leave kind of being like, oh, they cut me off a bit, but it doesn't feel like it goes bad. There's nothing negative. Just maybe you feel a little unheard upon leaving. Message for my sister-in-law from her guides on her birthday. Trust that the pieces that are coming back are going to make sense, but not all at once. It's almost like she feels like she's been getting like something unwrapped layer by layer in terms of a specific understanding, but it's frustrating because it's not all the way making sense yet, right? It's like trust that it's coming in layers. And I almost feel like the message is that she's going to get a big piece of it for her birthday. Like a big piece of like the understanding of something. What is that? Oh, it's like a clipboard with notes on it. Like making a list of something. Yeah, she's like getting another piece of the list of it. Hair in my eye. Something poking her, like something that feels maybe to kind of like be right in her face that she's going to see differently, a shifting of perspective. One more here and then back to the other list. How is E feeling about our new connection? I don't like this that much. It's giving I'm triggered because I don't know if I can actually live up to the persona that I'm presenting myself to be. Like, I still feel like I may hit the ground running in the opposite direction because of self-sabotage. So I feel like there's a bit of like, I need to see if I can actually stay without wanting to run, is how I would word that. All right, back to this list. Family trip, graduation. A got into the program, but her insurance is for the wrong county. Oh, that's the delay. Would she be able to get in it for LA County LA country so she can get into the program? Would she be able to get for LA? Feels like something's blocked with that so she can get into the program. Is there some kind of like parameter that would be? I don't know, like you have to be this distance to belong to this thing to get in. There's like something like that that's like a blockage you're not yet seeing that's going to slow down the process. No, something being stuck from going forward. Not that there's not a way to do it, but I feel like there's something that's going to have to be overcome that you're not seeing yet. I would look into like, I don't know, like it's giving like read the fine print type thing, if that makes sense. So will A be able to? There's an issue to overcome first. There's a major issue to overcome first. Results on my stress test. Oh. This is stress. So there's something. Releasing stress, getting emotions balanced quickly, making a decision to do that, using tools to do that, which would lead me to believe that they're going to say, hey, there's some kind of changes needed and you need to make them now. But it kind of feels like, hey, there's nothing serious wrong, but like if we don't change XYZ, you're going to be back here. So I feel like that's kind of the vibe of it's not worst case scenario, but we got to make some changes. What does Paul think of me trying to move in July? What do I need to do to make sure that I can? Yes to moving in July. There's a self-limiting belief around, I don't know, it's almost like you've been made to believe that if you make this move, you're going to regret it. And it's almost like that subconsciously is preventing certain decisions from being made. So it's a mental adjustment of if this is the decision I'm going to make, I need to stick with it wholeheartedly. Should I be worried about getting surgery I need, and will it be soon? I mean, these two cards are very like surgery goes well, and also surgery is probably necessary because the Hangman is surrender and the Ace of Swords would be representing the surgery here, right? So, and also clarity. So it's almost like I feel like you kind of have a pretty good idea that that's what's needed at this point. Will it be soon? It feels like insurance is giving you issues, or insurance is giving the hospital a runaround, like, hey, we need this, now we need this, now we need this. Or if that's not happening yet, it may. So it feels like there's a delay. Guidance on how to get myself out of this general unhappy rut. Are you a Capricorn? This is like you need to find something else to focus on as a healthy distraction that has some kind of goal. Like, I'm creating this project. This is the end goal. I am investing my time and energy into this, and this is the end goal. You need something with a meetable end goal as a healthy distraction. And it goes back to self-worth, but it's like self-worth presenting as I feel unworthy, that I feel like now I'm questioning if I've wasted time. So it's like when I make something out of my time, it reverses that, if that makes sense. Message from Spirit Team. Keep something close to the chest right now. This is like people will try to talk you out of your dreams if you speak on them too soon, but it feels more this is like a lifestyle change. There's all 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There's a need to keep something closer to the chest right now, plan-wise. How do I know that my sister is around me? I almost reached in there, so I guess she wants one of these. An elephant. 137 is on there. An elephant. I was wrong about not appreciating the present while I had it. How do you know your sister is around you, not appreciating the present while I had it? I'm sorry, I just called to say I love you with a telephone number. Do you get like spam calls or random calls a lot? Something along those lines? This is like when you get them, if you need that extra comfort that I'm around you, shuffle a certain playlist and get a song. And it's like, you'll know it's me because of the way that I respond to whatever you need in that moment. Because I feel like this is almost, she kind of gives the vibes. Elephants makes me think of the mama and baby elephant, where they're like always have their trunks together. This kind of gives me the vibe of she's like, I'm so around you that you don't notice, so let's do this instead. So maybe she's very like analytical, like logical in the way she thinks about things. Is my sister going to be okay and find the right doctor for her seizures and blood sugar? Be okay, yes. Find the right doctors. I almost want to say it feels like she finds the wrong doctor before the right doctor. So if that already happened, then that's not going to happen again. But if she hasn't had to switch doctors yet, it feels like there is a switch of doctors at some point. But like you're saying, find the right doctor. So right now, if you're cycling through doctors, it's not that. This is like I have a doctor and then I'm like, nope, not this one. And I get a different one. And it feels like that second one, or that round, is able to kind of pinpoint something that's not noticed by the other one, if that makes sense. So yes, it just may take some trial and error. I feel I'm going through a shift the past few days. Any guidance? Any guidance? New levels, new devils. It's like I have something on the hook now, and now that I have it on the hook, I'm overthinking about what if the hook breaks, instead of just keeping the same pace that I was doing and continuing forward as if I know that if I have it on the hook, it's divinely led. Guidance for you that your biggest enemy is your own mind. Will the trip B and H are going on to Chicago go smooth? Chicago's a very big airport, if I remember that correctly. So this feels like there may just be some difficulty in travel. Two of Wands is like, oh, that didn't go according to plan. The moon, I didn't foresee that issue. I would say maybe give advice of get there earlier than expected and make sure that you double check that you're in the right place. And it feels like an avoidable issue. The Magician in reverse makes me feel like, oh, we misread the directions. But like, if it's time to get on the plane and you recognize you're at the wrong terminal, that's a big oopsie because now you're missing your plane type of thing. So like I feel like it's an avoidable issue, but I would give advice to make sure that they're paying attention to all the little details that could go wrong with travel. Thank you, Mandy. Okay, yeah, I'll post the Mother's Day giveaway later today. What is today? Today's Friday. Mother's Day Sunday. So I'll do the giveaway on Monday. A message from mom and a song. A thumbtack, number 28. A thumb. And I just saw my calendar pop up in my mind. 28. 28th is the last Wednesday of the month. Oh, and it's my dad's birthday too. So maybe there's some importance in that. Look beyond the expected. The answer isn't what you're looking for, it's at what you're avoiding. The answer isn't what you're looking for, it's in what you're avoiding. There's a need to shift some kind of perspective. It's almost like I don't think I have a choice here to change something, but I do. But I'm not making a choice because I'm not looking at it as if I have choices. Feels like there's some kind of limiting perspective that needs to be lifted. See You Again by Carrie Underwood is the song. Let me get back to this list. I got my second screen to work and now it doesn't show me super chats. So one step at a time, apparently. Oh, I did that one. Will my tattoo artist like the sketch that I'm going to send them? I feel like they'll be excited about it. They'll give you the green light on it. But with the Six of Cups, I feel like this is like, oh, that's great. Let's do it. But Six of Cups is like, let me just change this one thing so it appears better on the skin is kind of how I feel about that. Like, let's maybe take away a little detail in one area or vice versa, something like that. Thank you, Annette. Let's get a little message for you. There's some kind of fear resurfacing, but it's not the fear resurfacing. It's like you seeing where the fear would resurface if you didn't heal the wound, if that makes sense. So just observe and don't attach yourself to the feelings around it, if that makes sense. My birthday is coming up. Anything I should know? Happy birthday. Give yourself a break to just rest, to just be. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. I feel like when your birthday rolls around, you use it as this checkpoint of like, okay, not like a checkpoint like inventory. It's almost like a checkpoint of what you did wrong the year before. And I feel like the message is to give yourself a little more grace this year. Like, okay, maybe certain things didn't go your way, but what did go your way? Let's focus on that. Like, let's take a minute to focus on that too, or that first. Because it's not bad to look at what could be done better, but I feel like you're skipping the part of what went well. So give yourself that. Guidance on anything I should focus on with my kids. Maybe starting to give a little bit more independence of choice. Like, I don't know, depending on how old they are, this translates differently, but like younger kids, it would be like, okay, like, do you want this or that? Or like older kids, maybe giving them more of like an open-ended, okay, what do you think we should do in this case instead of choices? Like whatever that is right now, like starting to give more independence with choice is kind of how I would word that. Message for my brother and I for my mom for Mother's Day. Brother and I from my mom for Mother's Day. From my mom for Mother's Day. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey is the song. Some truths don't come in a straight line. You have to be willing to see differently. What I didn't understand before was that fear held me back more than anything else. So that's with the mountain, that's the perspective, mountain and glasses. Look at this perspective. Look at not allowing fear to hold you back. Temperance in reverse. It's time to take action. Almost like what you can give her for Mother's Day is taking one step or one decision towards action that you've been sitting on but avoiding. It's like, she's like, I don't want flowers for Mother's Day. That's what I want. I want to see each of you take one step, whatever step you feel comes next. There's something about the momentum of that being important. What is next for me? What is next for me? It's almost like something starts to get real loud. Like, it's giving sick and tired of being sick and tired, but like I was avoiding what I was being sick and tired about, but now it's kind of like pushing me around. So I'm now sick and tired enough of being sick and tired that I'm choosing to make a change in some way. Feels like that. But it doesn't feel like you're at that point yet. It feels like you're still in the amping up of the sick and tired. So it may get a little more frustrating before the release. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's a self-worth wound. What are you no longer willing to put up with? Like, what are you no longer willing to give your energy to? Any message for the week, song or token? What was that one that fell out? No. Come on. It's a ladder. Okay, first of all, it like flipped out of this. Almost fell off the desk. It was upside down, so I couldn't see what it was. It's a ladder with a star and a witch. Hold on. Let's start with whatever your husband would like to say. Plan A, Plan B. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. And he's going towards Plan B, number 3. I know you wish things had happened differently, but we both did the best we could with the time we had. Message for the week, song or token. We both did what we had. You're being too hard on yourself still. It's like you're expecting yourself to have the whole to-do list done before you've finished writing it. And then by the time you're finished writing it, you're like, well, I can't ever get all this done. So I'm just going to be frustrated with myself. And it feels like there's this never ending list, but it's so that there's something else being avoided. A decision to have a hard conversation with someone else. The work, all of this stuff, the responsibilities that are frustrating you right now is because you know that it's distracting you away from something that you don't want to have to focus on, which is a difficult conversation with somebody. So the responsibilities will keep feeling too heavy until you address why they're making it feel heavy, which is the need to have that conversation or make a change based off of conversation. 2 more and then back to the other list. Insight to the job I already interviewed for and the one I will interview for next week. I feel more aligned with next week. Already interviewed for, interview for next week. Already interviewed for. If the Chariot 5 of Cups in reverse isn't the fact that it's already been done, the interview, then this may be we bring you back for a second interview, but then it doesn't go further from there. Or it could already be we brought you in for the first interview and it doesn't go further from there. But I almost feel like there's a second interview or there's like a trial something. I don't know. Or maybe it's they offer it to you and you're like, never mind, I want the other one more. The one next week, it feels to go well, but there's some slowness to it moving forward. So I don't know if it's going to be quick enough that you wouldn't then go try to find something else. I do feel like you'll likely get that one, but it's like something with the start time or something with like plan A, plan B card. Huh. Something isn't as it appears. I almost feel like it's neither one of these that you end up taking, to be honest with you. I feel like it's a third option. So don't stop looking if these are the only two that you're in so far. Why am I deeply grieving my breakup? Is there a future version of our romantic relationship that could exist in a reimagined form, or is this chapter closed? What can we know about the chapter with this person? You had the opportunity to choose your own path or to go down a path that was never going to be in alignment for you. It was a choice of the ultimate comfort zone where this person would ultimately bandage or be the band-aid for certain things that you didn't want to face. So it's not really them that the absence is being felt for. It's that you know that you're about to start facing those things that the band-aid is no longer there to cover. Yeah, extreme isolation. I feel like the chapter's closed, but it's like the chapter won't fully be closed until you close it on your end, which is facing what was underneath of that Band-Aid. Then you'll stop feeling the weight of it. All right, back to this list. Where was I? Is the lingering chest tightness from my COVID infection I got in January. My chest and lung do not show anything. No, I don't feel like it's from that. Releasing what was birthed from that. Could it be GI issues? Not completing a cycle balanced out with something internal. Not completing a cycle balanced out with something internal for GI issues would be your body not processing something properly. I don't think it's COVID. I think it's GI something. So when would it get better? Whenever you figure out exactly what needs to happen and address it. That kind of stuff. It doesn't feel like it's better on its own. Because GI issues is your body like, hey, think of it like a computer. Your body's like, hey, there's a virus in here. There's malware in here. It's trying to let you know. Will I get the jobs I applied for today, or will my current boss give me the raise I need? I don't think you're going to get the job you applied for today. 8 of Cups and 10 of Cups in reverse. I almost feel like this is kind of like a, not again. Oh, not again. Maybe your boss may say, okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to prove to me that you deserve the raise. I'll at least consider it if you do X, Y, and Z. Maybe if you like 25% increase your sales or something like that. I don't think it's going to be right off the bat, though. Guidance in the future of my relationship. Seven of Swords. What you're trying is just not working because Hierophant in reverse, both individuals are not on the same page. Death in reverse, one is very resistant to change And I feel like that's you, because you are gripping on to try and hold on to control of some sort and keep things manageable. And then the other Hermit in reverse is under Seven of Swords. So this one is like, hey, I see the issue, but if I just turn around, I don't have to look at it. The Chariot to the Ten of Cups in reverse is moving forward to realize what I am not changing, I am choosing. And right now I am choosing to be unfulfilled. So I will word it to you like that, my friend. Will property taxes be dropped across the USA? If there's fear of a major increase, it doesn't feel like that's going to happen, but it also doesn't feel like it's going to be a major decrease either. Six of Swords in reverse is like, be grateful we're not making it worse, and that's your present. Yeah, that's how I want to word that. What does the rest of the month have in store for me? Thank you. What does the rest of the month have in store for me? You're being freed from extreme isolation and starting to come back into connection. It feels like you're literally starting to come out of hermit mode. Zone? Maybe you had a hermit zone, like you kind of were a bit intentionally repelling energies while you worked on recalibrating some kind of lesson or healing something, and now you're starting to come back into the vibes, into being seen or being comfortable. You're turning down the repelling of other things away because you are starting to feel like yourself again. Yes, Humans for Humanity podcast, 1 p.m. today with Sarah. It is the edited episode. So how I'm doing it from now on, you will see the cut episode because that one is shorter and smoother, I guess. And then I will post all of the uncut as unlisted links. So you can't believe we're making it up because that's there, but you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to, type of thing. Would I enjoy selling at flea markets? No. Mm-mm. Is there something else like a flea market, but a step up flea market? What's the other thing? Flea market? There's something like a flea market, but that's not a flea market, but it's like in the tent type of things. That's in like shopping centers. Why am I blanking on the name? It's not flea market, but it's similar to a flea market. I feel like flea market's a no. I don't think you're going to make enough money for it to be worth it. Insight on the med bed tech and availability. It feels like they recently made a major improvement in something that they were worried about. Like, okay, we can't release it until we get this bug worked out. And that's why certain things have been held back. But it feels like now they're in the energy of testing the solution the final times to make sure that it's ready to go. And I know it's already out there, but this is like on like a more commercialized, I don't know if that's the right word, commercialized level. They're working out the final kinks in something that they recently overcame an issue on to make it more broad. What wound am I avoiding that I need to sit with? What wound am I avoiding that I need to sit with? The wound of the unloved lover and gaslighting wound. Other people, ironically enough, because your name is Love to All, other people made you feel like you were hard to love at some point, and there's some kind of programming in your subconscious that still tries to convince you that that's the truth. Mm-hmm. Am I going to a new phase or leaving a wound? Having dreams of going away again. Leaving a wound. You're shedding the last layer of something that's not meant to come with you into the next chapter. So it's like uncomfortable, but not painful. Like your brain may be at times being like, oh, this is painful, but it's not. It's just uncomfortable. And your brain doesn't like to even admit that it's uncomfortable. So it will be like, oh, no, this is pain because I don't want to be uncomfortable. I'd rather be in pain. So just when you feel certain emotions, just question, am I really angry or am I just uncomfortable? Give yourself that little like check. Message from my mom. Message from my mom. What's not being said is just as important as what is. What was left out. What is not being said is just as important as what is, what was left out. Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. What was being left out? There's encouragement to allow yourself to feel right now. It's almost like you're holding all of this in and, oh yeah, grief. Not giving yourself the opportunity to feel your grief, and it's trapping you. So your mom is like, hey, why don't you just let yourself cry? Why don't you just let yourself talk it out with yourself or talk it out with her? Holding it in isn't helping, is the message. You're not a burden for feeling. You're human. Oh, it's a lighthouse. Just trust me, because you can't really see it. Okay. What message do A's guides have for her? What message do A's guides have for her? We see what we're capable of when we face adversity that feels too big for us. So if it feels too big to face, just instead of looking at it as a mountain, look at it as a mirror. It's trying to show you something about yourself in a positive way. Is the move to Seattle the path I've been waiting for, and will finances come through easily? Hold on, I want to do a different playlist. That's not it. Hold on. Where is my TRC playlist? There it is. Make It Through by Leanna Crawford with The Magician. Oh, yeah. I would say yes on the move you've been waiting for. Issue with finances, though. So don't rush it. Allow yourself to know that, okay, this is the move, but it doesn't mean I need to make it happen overnight. And it doesn't mean that I need to be angry at myself if I can't make it happen as quickly as I want. It doesn't mean it's wrong if it's not an overnight process. I feel like there's an issue with finances, but not one that you can't work out. He is funny. He's always like, I'm here. I have something to say. It's funny. Oh, farmer's market. Yeah, farmer's market might be a better move than the flea market. That's yeah. Or like a online yard sale type thing. Now my throat is itchy. Is anybody else's allergies like insane this year? I can't even go outside. It hurts. Okay. Message and song from my spirit guides. Trust the redirection even if you can't see what's next. It's almost like you wanted to keep going straight, but it dead ended, and now you're a little frustrated. But that needed to happen because where you actually want to get to is on the path that you're facing now. What is important? Okay. Action. What is important for you to focus on today? The Emperor flew across the desk. Taking action on making a choice that you've been avoiding, that you've been almost like, okay, I still have time, or I'll make this decision when, or I'll take action on this when. Your guides are like, no, it's when is now. Yeah, action. Two of Wands to Three of Wands is like from planning to action. Now action is here. I feel I'm on the right path and finally getting my stuff together. Is there anything else I need to know? Don't let other people take that back from you. Like let's say you're very excited about something and you're like, oh, I have these plans and I'm making these changes, and someone else is like, oh, okay, that's cool. Don't let that water down the way that you're feeling. Keep that momentum. Because it feels like there's a self-limiting belief that's going to pop up and you're going to be required to take action despite it, or maybe like in spite of it. No, despite it. You're going to be guided to take action despite a self-limiting belief. And it's almost like that breaks some kind of chains. A Broken and Beautiful by Kelly Clarkson. Message from spirit guides. Message from spirit guides. If you feel a little lonely right now, it's not because you're not someone that others want to be around. It's just because there's something you're meant to be learning in your own solitude right now to free yourself. But it's like you can't see it if other people are reflecting their own things off of you. Message from my mom who is in memory care and can't talk well. I guess I would say there's like awareness that everyone's doing their best, but there's also like a loneliness. But I feel like I say that carefully because I almost want to say you're going to visit the maximum amount that your emotional capacity will allow. So the message is like there's awareness of her, like she's aware of her own loneliness, I guess is how I'd word that, but also aware that you're doing the most that you can. So I almost say that there's this message of like making sure that the time you spend together is as focused as possible, because that helps to alleviate the feeling of loneliness at other times, if that makes sense. And I also, with the Seven of Wands reversed, I feel like you fear her feeling uneasy about something, but I don't feel like that's actually the case. It's like I'm not as stressed about that as you think. Would I be happy eventually living in Thailand as an expat? Goal 8 to 9 years from now. Would this be like not a forever goal, like a do it for a time period and then not anymore? I feel like, yes, it's something that's in alignment, but it doesn't feel like it's something that's in alignment forever. So maybe it gets you there and then you end up being there, but in a different lifestyle or something like that. Any guidance regarding the shift I'm going through? You're figuring out what changes are needed to produce from a place of authority. So trust the process of trial and error, because in the errors, it gives you more opportunities for growth. So trust that anything that doesn't go according to plan is providing a change of perspective that's necessary. Do you see another mistrial for Karen Reed? Woo. Let's see. I see them excluding things that are really not going to be good for Karen. It's like something she worries about actualizes. What would be not a conviction, but also not a mistrial? I guess, like, maybe convicted on lesser charges? Is that an option here? Not worst case scenario, but not a mistrial. Is my decision to not tell Jay about the move until last minute the best choice to prevent obstacles and sabotage from him? Happy Mother's Day to you. Is it the best move to not tell till the last minute? In what way could that be flipped and used against you is what I'm worried about. I understand where you're coming from with it, but I would maybe in this case look into how to cover yourself legally, or like on deeper levels, like with maybe notice once there is a final decision in place. So like maybe not, I don't have to tell you what I'm planning, but like once it's solidified or like once it's about to be solidified, then maybe, just because I fear it being used against you in a way that you might not be expecting. So I guess I'd say just cover your butt with it. I'm out by the sea today. Confirmation of calling them in with water. Now is the time. Confirmation of calling them now with water. I don't know who you mean by calling them in with water, but this is a you versus your own mind. Like the obstacle isn't external. The obstacle is a shifting of the way that you're viewing something internally. Ace of Wands reverse, take a step back, reorganize thoughts, and you'll see where the blockage was. Alfred plea. I know what that is, and I totally forget what that is. Alfred plea. Hold on. Come on, Firefox. Alfred F. plea. A guilty plea in which a defendant maintains their innocence but admits the prosecution would likely result in a guilty verdict if brought to trial. Oh. No, I don't think Karen would do that. No. I think she's too strong-willed. That was a good thought. I don't think so though. Do you see Sebastian being found? Do you see Sebastian being found? This to me reads more like Outnumbered being the song coming on makes me want to throw up. This to me feels like not necessarily a not that it can't happen eventually, but to me this feels like first they find something else that shows the very high unlikelihood of him being alive. It feels like they find something like that first. So not that they don't find him, but it feels like they find something significant like that and it leads to something else. What wound am I working on? Phantom ache, grief for something that never happened. And emotional repression. You're still holding on to the way you feel about something that didn't go the way that you thought it was going to. There's a need to really give yourself the space to allow yourself to feel how you feel so that you can release it. It's almost like you feel like you're not allowed to feel that way, but there's a need to allow yourself to. Any guidance with the next step of my Christ consciousness journey? Surrendering to allowing yourself to be in receiving mode of some kind of message or word. I'm seeing this one book that I have in my room. 1 second. That book. Whew. Unraveled, a love letter to those finding their way. I actually recommend this to like everyone. Deanna Loria. Let's open to like a random. There is no pressure in the relationship, and what binds the two of you together forever is time spent getting to know the real you. You don't have to do anything to receive their love. What did I just say to you? The receive mode. Oh, look at that. Interesting. You don't have to do anything to receive their love other than be yourself, which is why you feel so safe with them. This is what I desire with you, a relationship built on love, not based on what you do. That's what I said to you in the last 2 messages. Book just copied me. Anyway, that book. That's what I saw as soon as you said that. Would it be optimal to hire someone to manage my online retail sales inventory if I end up moving to Arkansas? That way I wouldn't have to deal with the transporting all of my inventory. Yes. Page of Pentacles, someone who knows what they're doing because they've studied this, like seeing problems that you wouldn't even think of preparing for, but they know it because they've dealt with this specifically. They have clarity on it. I would say yes. Message from my spirit team. I'm going to go to the other list in 1 second. Message from my spirit team. There's a need to address feelings that have been suppressed around an event where you felt like those who held the position to didn't show up for you in the way that you needed them to. It feels like there's a little bit of a fear of being seen now that stems from that wound. or not even the wound, the circumstances in that case. It's something that it's almost like you were like, I'm not addressing that. I'm just going to push it down. But there's something to learn about yourself through it. Any messages from guides about my current career problems? Current career problems. You need to get clarity on what you want and then stand 10 toes down on continuing to just take action on it. It feels like there's something that's up in the air. I don't know if this is like stay or go or apply for this position or not. It's like something keeps poking at you because there's a change needed, but it feels like if you make the change now, the results from the change are like a ways up in the future. So it almost feels like there's this vibe of, well, what's the point? But there's a need to make a decision of what you want and then make every single action that comes after that in alignment with that decision. Things won't change until your mind changes about what you're allowing yourself to put up with, in a way, if that makes sense. The 28th is the day I go for my cancer check. Is this related to how my appointment will go? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I feel like you are nervous that they are going to have to take some kind of action on something, and I don't think that they're going to need to take the action that you're fearing them needing to take. Does that mean that there won't be any action? No. But something specific that you're like, oh, they're going to have to do this. They're not. So I do feel like this is more of a positive, but not all the way in the clear message, if that makes sense. Because 5 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords are both heavier cards, but they're in reverse. So like worst case scenario, no, but something to address. It feels like minorly, but it feels like there's a fear that you have that's not going to actualize. Will I end up working for MCPS again? That looks like that could be a possibility. It's like they'll work with you to maybe. I feel like the way that you're wording it, you'd rather not. But I feel like they may be willing to offer you something that would make you be like, all right, well, you're working with me a little bit, so maybe I'll give it a chance. But I also feel like 9 of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles on either side of 4 of Wands is like you may find a bridge to another place from this place. So maybe someone is like, hey, there's an opening here, but you would never know about the opening if you weren't in the right place at the right time, type of thing. Any guidance for my girlfriend? She's having a rough week. Guidance for my girlfriend. She's having a rough. She sure is. It's there's a very painful shedding away. So it's like maybe realizing in some ways how lack of action was preventing the things that she wanted from happening. So this is like the blindfold is coming off and it may be uncomfortable, but then you don't have to walk around with it on anymore. So it feels like with the Page of Cups in reverse, there's a creative element of this being healed. So whether that's creative solutions for problems that were persistent, whether that's like a different use of creativity, the blinders are coming off so creativity can come out again. So just trust that the discomfort is actually leading to something that's going to be better. Is my friend Chris the puzzle piece my grandma Annabelle gave to me? Does she have the key? Is my friend Chris. Yes and no. It's my friend Chris the puzzle piece my grandma Annabelle gave to me. Yes and no. What there's a door there. The puzzle piece is behind the door. Chris is the one that turns the handle and cracks the door, and then you have to push the door open and grab the puzzle piece. So Chris isn't the puzzle piece, but Chris is like, here, there's the puzzle piece. Go get it. If that makes sense. Does she have the key? No, you have the key. The key you find when you find joy in looking within. It's like a path of looking within that makes you excited. Like, oh, this is a new wave of energy I'm connecting to because of looking within. That's where the key is. A bunch of books, 93. So like learning something new, exploring a new train of knowledge of some kind. Thank you, love. Let's see. Oh, those are very nice cards. I want to wear this in like a poetic way for Mother's Day. The key to things coming into alignment is the way that you mix your emotions with your intellect. So trust yourself to do that without filter. Thank you. Let's see what the message is for you. The Page of Pentacles being very like student-like energy, and Knight of Cups being self-love, and Two of Wands being planning. There's something that you need from yourself right now, and it's almost like I give myself an at-home spa day, and I get this download about a change that I can make, and once I do that, it's like a ripple effect. It's something to that degree. It's like pouring into yourself has more broad-reaching ripple effects right now. You know, in like a video game, when you Super Mario, when you hit the little box and then he has superpowers for like a minute, it's like right now, anything you do for yourself has that vibe of like, okay, it extends further than immediate reach. Two more, and then I'm going to go back to the other list. What do I need to do to financially support myself so I can move in July? How can my sis help me? What do you need to stop spending money on? This is like, we don't need to get some kind of huge financial increase. We just need to figure out where we can cut corners and not be spending or consolidate, or maybe there's certain things that if you pay them off, then you don't have the interest, and maybe that's adding up. Some like, think in that direction. How can your sister help you? By helping you slow down to make plans from not like a rushed, or I always want to say mentally agitated state. It's almost like you feel some frustration. Why aren't things coming into place as quickly as I'd like? Um, Seven of Pentacles, there may be a little bit of financial help that your sister can give, but I don't feel like it's a lot if that's the case. Should I start dating again, or do I need to continue to isolate before moving forward? There's a step between isolation and dating again. There's a step where you just go out and maybe enjoy being around people you don't know, or going out with people you do know. I feel like this is not jumping right into dating, but that mid stage where you're like, okay, if it happens while I'm out, it happens while I'm out, but I'm not going out for that and I'm not seeking that. That's the stage. So kind of neither, but more somewhere in the middle. Back to this list. I think I did these. I think it moved me up way too far. Hold on a second. Yeah, because there's Amber. I don't think I did this one. What part of my chakra is off? What part of my chakra is off? Giving and receiving, sacrifice, burdens. Giving and receiving makes me think pumping, makes me think heart. Sacrifice, like sitting with emotions, and 10 of Wands because they're a burden. So something you're not allowing yourself to feel is causing there to be an imbalance in your heart chakra. What is important for me to focus on today? Clarity, long-term plans, issue. Where's an issue in long-term? There's something in your long-term plans that you're like, I don't know how that's going to work itself out yet. There's a need to start to figure out how to take steps to get clarity on that, because it feels like although it's long-term plans, there needs to be clarity on how to deal with that now. It just feels like you're overextending yourself right now. And your guides are like, hey, how long do you think that's sustainable for? Because it's not, type of thing. So it feels like that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. These just literally got thrown up in the air, like that. Be mindful that you may be heading straight to a brick wall of burnout, and there needs to be some changes. Yeah, see, because I did that one. Any message from my Danny? Any message from Danny? The light bulb and the brain shaking hands. There's some kind of idea that you're being encouraged to act on. If I could go back, I would hold your hand one more time. Oh, whatever idea you had was from him. They're holding hand or shaking hands. If I go back, I'd hold your hand one more time. I'm passing you an idea. An idea or thought that you have that keeps popping up is from him. To free you from lack of action, grounding, a lifestyle change of some sort. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Did some of these and not all of these? Because there's Karen Reed. Should we do a collective read? Because I think I'm almost caught up on these. Sebastian being found, Christ consciousness. That's when I got the book. Manage retail. I did that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Christine, I think I got that book on Amazon, by the way. Current career problems. Did that. I don't think I did this one. I'm desperate for a break. Do you see me getting one? I'm desperate for. Do I see you getting one? No, I see you getting more desperate for a break. Would there be a way to give yourself mini breaks, or like if I said to you right now, it doesn't feel like you're getting a break for the next 6 7 months, like 5 to 7 months, it feels like you're gonna feel in those months like I'm still not getting the break. So if I said to you, and maybe it's not that long, maybe it's just your guides are like, "We'll prepare for it to be so you act accordingly," you know what I mean? But this is like, if I said to you, for the next 5 to 7 months, you're gonna feel like you really need a break and you're still not getting one, what could you do between now and then that would give yourself a little bit of release? Almost like a balloon that's all the way filled up and you just like slowly start to let the air out pressure wise for yourself. It feels like that is the message. Like, find a way to start to do that, even if it's just little by little. Let me get a couple more cards about this. Manage your online inventory and not transporting it out of state. Yeah, it's like you're releasing. Three of Cups in reverse is like, oh, I didn't understand the steps of something, or I missed a step of something that's causing an issue. And you're going straight to like the good stuff. So like they know what they're doing type of thing. Is the organizing my thoughts answer in reference to changing my website wording so it lays the foundation for the next step? Yes. Because there's a misunderstanding in the community that's causing a delay. Well, maybe that's not the right way to word it. Yes, so the community can understand it better and get on board quicker. That's the right way to word it. Should I go to the charity sale today and acquire more inventory? I'm already feeling overwhelmed with stuff, but I have a fear of missing out. No, I don't feel like you're going to find anything worth stressing yourself out more over. This is like, this gives me like, not literal, but like hoarding vibes. Like, you don't need another sword there. You already can't move. This is like, no. Why? Because you're not going to find anything that's worth adding more issue to. So I would say no. Why is A having so many blocks and delays? Why is A having so many blocks and delays? Half open door. Invited but never fully welcomed. Invited but never fully welcomed. Alignment blockage. Invited but never fully welcomed. Alignment blockage. Look, road closed. It's like I get there and then it's closed. I get there and then it's closed. It's interesting. It just feels, honestly, and this answer kind of stinks, but it just feels like there's certain lessons that need to be learned the hard way, because there's a resistance to surrender. So there's a resistance to almost like their own divinity. Like, it's like, no matter how much good I do, I'm still convinced because of other people or because of my past that I'm innately bad, or like it would be like a belief like that. So it's almost like life is like, okay, well, watch how much you're going to make it through. Look, okay, now you believe you're not a bad person. It kind of feels like that, which is frustrating, but ultimately for the person's highest good. Like if, as if the person's spirit guides were like, okay, we'll convince you that you're a good person, but it's going to take some work. I don't think I'll accept the job I already interviewed with. The interview for next week, it seems like a healthy workplace. I just feel like there's a lack of transparency as it pertains to how quickly they're moving with hiring. So it may feel like they're on a more urgent path than what their decision making actually is, if that makes sense. Message for my mother-in-law, Janine, from her mother in heaven. Mother-in-law, Janine, from her mother in heaven. I'll stand by you by the Pretenders, and I'm hearing this is literal. Like either Janine was like, if I see this specific message, I'll know that it's a green light, or Janine is trying to decide between something and she's like, I feel like this is the right answer. And her mother's like, yes, that's it. Right. And Ace of Hearts is Ace of Cups, which is like the Holy Grail. So whatever that yes is, it's a very important yes. It's like a yes that self-limiting belief almost isolated her away from committing to. So the message is there's a very important yes coming up that's going to change the trajectory in a positive way. And she'll give a sign of, hitting the target. Yes, that was the message. No, it's not like an external sign. It's like this internal knowing where you just know that this is the yes that she was talking about. So you feel confident in making that decision. Well, the organization I'm speaking to about the direction to go for Luke's mental health going to bring results. Yes and no. It's like we hear you, but we're going to try it our way first, which you might not all the way agree with, but you see that we're hearing you and that we're trying to mold what you see us trying to mold our typical way of doing things in a way that would be more suited towards your specific case. Even if it's not ideally what you would like us to be doing, you see that we're trying to find a specific solution for a specific situation. So it feels like it's a process of trial and error, but they're at least willing to do the trial and error process, if that makes sense. Heads will roll by the yeahs. I feel like there may be a point where you have to get a little aggressive still. Like, okay, this isn't working. Let's try it a little bit more my way. Is telling Joe so he could come with or follow even an option. I'm afraid he will only try to stop me and not see the opportunity for growth it is for everyone. So is telling Jay he could come with or follow even an option? No, don't do that. Doing that is like packing up all of your baggage and then moving it into your new house. And even just offering it gives the option of that. Like, it's almost like doing that is you feeling like, or is subconsciously translating as, I still feel like I need permission to make this decision for real. And you don't. I would say no. And it's not even the yes or no coming from that person. It's the fact that you're offering it. I feel like covering yourself legally doesn't have to be that. There's another way to go about it. But still make sure you're covering yourself, I feel like, because I feel like there may be some pettiness. Pettiness, judgment in reverse. Mocking, like I'm gonna mock you to your face. And I feel like that, like if you offered it in that way, that's the response. I'm gonna mock you in your face. Is the challenge I have always had organizing my thoughts ADHD? Can I use my own healing method to correct it? A fear that pokes and causes impulsiveness. So could that be ADHD? Sure. But the underlying energy is I don't feel okay when I don't have 85 things on my to-do list because I feel like there's productiveness that I'm missing out on. But then I get overwhelmed with it. So could it translate as that? Sure, but it feels like it's something not even a healing method. It doesn't feel like it's a healing method. It feels like it's a choice method. Like when I'm feeling scattered, I have the choice of how am I going to organize and unpack this. So it doesn't feel like something that needs like I don't want to say like everything needs spiritual healing, right? But this feels more like an in the moment choice of how do I handle these things and am I observing them as they come up or are they running on autopilot without me recognizing them? There's Camden, New Jersey, too. It's like an hour and a half away from me, right outside of Philly. Oh, thank you, Christine. Does my sister have a message for her kids or my mom? Does my sister have a message for her kids? Does my sister have a message for her kids or her mom? Does my sister have a message for her kids? I know you wish things had happened differently, but pain doesn't erase love, it only reveals it for the kids. Pain doesn't erase love, it only reveals it. So, almost like the message is in my absence, you're getting to see a 1% of how much I love you. Like the love that you feel for me in my absence times that by like a million, and that's the love that I've had for you. And it's almost like there's this I almost feel like the message of I ran out of time to express it in its fullness, but I was trying to. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. There's a weird Titanic reference that's not a direct Titanic reference. It's more like this reference of, how do I word this? Like they were her life raft when she was here. If I feel like I'm wording that how she would like it to be worded, you were always my life raft. And then or your mom, the legacy I leave behind, woven into the lessons I taught while I was there. So the message for your mom is I thank you for teaching me what I needed so that I could be the mom that I was. I learned that from you. Forever Young by Bob Dylan is the song. How can I get my boss to give me the raise I need? How can I get my boss to give me the raise I need? Queen of Wands in reverse, like something that causes a lot of issues and creates a lot of imbalance, you can bring a different solution to it. That may be a bargaining chip. But this feels like a fundamental Two of Pentacles in reverse, like something in our day to day that always gets thrown off balance. I find a solution for, and then I'm like, hey, what about that raise? This feels like that. Almost like needing to impress solution wise. I just bought 2 books yesterday. Are they the books Gran Annabelle was referring to with the token? One of them was. Token. The elephant. What did I say about the elephant earlier? I said that the mama and the baby elephant touching trunks. Trunks. Trunks would be paper. Paper would be books. And this is one elephant I referenced to earlier. One of them is, keep looking for the other one. What's the clue for the other one? Walking away and staying away. The clue for the other book is walking away and staying away. Think of something you recently experienced about that, and the other book has something to do with that topic. It's on a top 100 list on Amazon. Think of whatever I just said to you. I already forget what it was, but think of that and go to the top 100 list on Amazon. Aww. I'm trying to think of what other deck. I don't know what this deck is going to do, but let's see. Retreating to recharge, trusting in the process. Oh, retreating to recharge, trust in the process. She's about to come to you in a dream, is how that reads. Because portal would be like spiritual knowledge. You would know how to unpack it. She's about to give you a message. Oh. She's about to give you a message for her kids in a dream. Write it down when you wake up. You'll be too excited. You'll forget. Do I need a professional to change my website for the best results, or should I do it myself? Lovers in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse makes me think, no, you can do it yourself, because this is not making the choice to give somebody money for it. Judgment in reverse, I feel like you're back and forth on this, and you've been back and forth on this. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Giving yourself the opportunity to learn it. There's like AI ones that you type in all the information and the AI makes a website for you. Type in AI generated website. And even if you don't end up using that, you can maybe learn what you want it to look like more easily. So then you can structure the one that you're making off of that. And also like YouTube videos. I don't think you need to pay someone for it though. How do I spiritually connect with my Paul? How does he manifest most in my life? I want to say that you look for him to communicate in a much more direct way than he does. It feels like he's much more nonchalant. Like I kind of speak through your thoughts, or I have certain songs play at certain times, or you feel my presence in a certain conversation or something along those lines. I feel like he's very nonchalant about it. And I almost feel like that may be because when you think about him, I just passed by the song Counterfeit, which goes with what I was about to say. Like, I feel like he's not someone who would have during life been like, oh, I can't wait to communicate with you as a ghost. Like, I almost feel like for him, he's like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, this is cool, but weird. Like, it's weird that I can do this. So I feel like that's where the nonchalantness comes from. So how do you spiritually connect with him? Just in the moments, like do like channel drawing, see what comes through, listen to some music that reminds you of him. Just like let it be natural is how I'd word that. And the light bulb, I come to you in your thoughts. Would Dropbox readings be a good option to add to my website? Would Dropbox readings be a good option to add to my website? There's some okay, not that that's not it, but I feel like what this is saying is there's a disconnection in drawing people in because something's not being seen enough yet. So this makes me think of like something like Etsy where there's like your website is your website, but you have to type that in to get to it. Etsy, you have like a storefront on like a online mall. So this is kind of something like that for me. So not that you shouldn't do that, but is there another way to also offer that that could be more seen, like so that people know it's there? Any other messages of blessings or groundedness? There's a need to slow down right now, thought-wise, planning-wise. It's like you're focusing on what you need to happen, but there's some neglect in what do you need from you so that you are prepared to do these things and make them happen. It almost feels like you're almost losing connection to yourself because there's so many decisions that need to be made and so much that needs to be decided on, acted on. Don't lose the progress you've made on self-care in the process. Because Knight of Cups in reverse makes me feel like, how do I word this? I fear that if you lose connection to yourself too much in terms of self-love, you'll find your creativity as a burden instead of a skill because you're like, oh, gotta do this instead of like, oh, I get to do this. So that's where I feel like that is important at. The lights on my desk dim all the time when I talk about certain things. Is that him with the light bulb token? Oh, interesting. And that would be like a subtle thing. The Emperor in reverse, the Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So if this is like I'm removing something to get your attention, but not in a way that interrupts or disturbs your work. So, like, I'm not doing enough to make you get in your emotions, but I'm letting you know I'm there with you. So, yes. A song for the project in hand. Oh, Golden by Martin Almgren. I'm saying that wrong. Almgren. I'm too restless to settle. Guess I'm made that way. Oh, we were just talking about ADHD. I don't care for change because that's not me. We can make it golden. Call the shot. This Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. Project at hand. Project at hand. Rolling Stone. Something in the planning stage. It feels like you're moving too quickly or you're no, that's not the way to word that. You're 2 steps ahead of yourself in a planning part of this. There's a need to go back and replan a part so it can go more smoothly. Something about getting the message out, like needing to find a way to bring people in, to filter people in. It almost feels like you're and this is in no way a reference to a certain person that will make sense in a second. It's like you're an island and you got to let people know that you're there. They'll want to come to the island, but they can't see it from the shoreline. And that's not an Epstein reference at all. It's just that's how I'm seeing it. So yeah, finding a way to bring in the people. Will Wendy Alderson try to flee the country before she is arrested? Is she putting her assets in a trust now? Will she try to flee? No, I think she's going to try and make a deal. I really do. Who can I turn on to save myself? Because once you make that decision to flee, you're locked in. Like that changes everything. This is like, okay, let me try and throw up a Hail Mary. Who can I throw under the bus so that I'm not under it? Is she putting her assets in a trust now because she is anticipating being arrested? Oh yeah. All of it, get it out of here and hide it somewhere else. Yes. Message from Grandpa Fred, token or song? Message from Grandpa Fred. If I could go back, I'd make sure you never doubt it how important you are. And it's a gear. Never doubt it how important you are. A gear is like, oh, I almost dropped half the cards. A gear is like everything needs to be in place for something to function properly. So the message is you don't realize how fundamental you were in other people's healing and growth. It feels like this is within the family unit. Reason Why by Ron Pope. Industry, food and hospitality. So like that makes me think family dinners. That makes me think like I feel like the message is that your pain has more of an impact on people than you realize. They just don't know how to say sorry. They just don't know how to address things head on, so they ignore them and avoid them. That doesn't mean that they haven't noticed. When spiritual people feel pain and it goes unaddressed, it gets addressed in different ways. Like people become aware of their impact on you even if they don't address it. I feel like that's the message, is like that's happening behind the scenes even if you can't see it. My dog isn't right today. Will he improve? I think there's an issue. Like you might know of an issue. This feels like a new issue. The Hermit in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. Would there be some kind of medication he could be having an adverse effect to? Like maybe I've taken this for a while, but all of a sudden my body's like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. If you get a feeling that you need to take him to the vet, like quickly do that. I would say that for one. Two, this gives me the vibes of something that was already going wrong is causing a secondary issue. Like, you know, like if your hip hurts, you start walking funny and then your other hip hurts too. It feels like something like that, where I was overcompensating for an issue and now I've caused another issue unintentionally. It feels like that. Last night I asked if he had anything to say about CT and they dimmed. What was he saying, please? You're right about something that you didn't want to be right about. If you had anything to say about CT and they dimmed. Dim, what you don't see. Your intuition is right about something that you don't have proof of but expect to be true. And I tend to believe 9 of Cups in reverse, you'd rather that thing not be true. No, GPness, I got you. I think I only saw one of you, but ask again if you had a second one. Oh, wait. No, I did miss you. Can I get a song for my boyfriend? Therapy Session by NF. Hold on. What do you expect from me? I'm trying to do this respectfully. They say life is a race. I knew my problems would probably catch up eventually. I do my best to be calm. Sometimes we have to get what we thought we wanted to be able to shift in perspective about it so that we can see that we should have wanted more for ourselves in some way. This is like there's some kind of limit that this person's breaking out of. It's like, okay, I didn't think I had another option to expand further or achieve more, but I do. And I'm realizing how I may have been standing in my own way because I was gripping onto something I thought I wanted that wasn't actually what was going to fulfill me. It doesn't feel like that has anything to do with the relationship, though. That's more like job or something like that. Oh, I did miss a little bit here. Why does this keep jumping around like that? Grandpa Fred, I think I did that. Okay. Will I find healing from a potential future vein procedure? Would there be like a very long healing process, or like is there not supposed to be, but there's something that could make it that way? Oh no, I just split to the devil and the 9 of cups in reverse too. It's not if this is something that you need for sure, I feel like there's some prolonged healing or something like that. If not, I would look into like, is there other solutions for this that are I don't know what a vein procedure is, but I don't it's almost like it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. How has my sister been feeling? She has been quiet. I'm quiet because I'm protecting my energy because I'm recognizing that I'm not on the same page as someone with whom I thought I was on the same page with. And that realization is causing me to feel a little bit ungrounded or disconnected. So I'm protecting my energy right now. What action have I avoided that caused the blindfold in the first place? Not trusting yourself to change strategy when you saw that you were making a decision that wasn't in alignment with your highest self. Almost like you had this, oh, if I was my higher self, I wouldn't be choosing this, but I'm going to keep going, like that type of thing. I almost want to say you chose it twice. There feels to be significant to that. A male cardinal that greets me every morning. What is the meaning? When you see this cardinal, could you give yourself some kind of affirmation or some kind of, I don't know, like I see the cardinal and I spend 5 minutes meditating or something. It's meant to be you're getting very wrapped up in like morning routine or something like that. This is meant to be like, oh, let me reground myself, represent myself type of thing. So like maybe like a mantra. I see the bird and I give myself a mantra and it starts to establish this like re reestablishing of a neural pathway instead of going on autopilot. I'm breaking a cycle type of thing. Thank you, Cali girl. What can H do to help with burnout? Interesting. Bad Day by Daniel Powder just started playing. You had a bad day, you turn it had a bad day, you turn something. What's it say? Had a bad day. Coming back down and you really don't mind, you had a bad day. we are like the 5 people we spend the most time around, or like the people that we let influence us the most. It just feels like either this person is over giving to people who are not giving back, or there is, if this person had more of their own space in some regard, it feels like healing would be easier. Healing whatever is causing the burnout, and the burnout is feeling to be some kind of avoidance of making changes under the surface. So I guess I'd say there's like almost like a necessary hermit mode until things get sorted back out. I'm gonna do a couple more and then I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna try and get a some kind of reading today. If I can get it out in time, we'll see. Oh wait, no, I can't because I have the podcast. Back to true crime next week. I'm skipping this week. Got my butt kicked. Okay, let's go back here. Dropbox readings, I did that. Wendy did that. Maybe I just need to do daily TikToks. I don't feel the vibe though. If you're not feeling the vibe, then there's something else. Maybe instead of just daily TikToks, maybe it's a series. Like if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to do a daily TikTok reading and that's just not feeling like it gives you energy, then that's not it. That's not the next step. Is there something you want to teach on there? The sun's there. So like 9 of Cups in reverse, that what you don't want to do isn't the thing. Is there something to that theory? Maybe I should post on TikTok. Yes. But Judgment in reverse, you haven't figured out what on there would help your current situation yet. So this is like not just daily readings if that's not the feeling, but like maybe teach something, maybe some other kind of series. Should I take him off Waffles? Should I take him off Waffles? Something not working well with my body, a changing of strategy, and ending of a current thing. I would say look into that. Maybe trial and error with it. Message from Spirit. Message from Spirit. Something that's coming to your attention that you're like, why do I keep thinking about this? It's so that you can make some kind of change in the way that you're approaching it. This kind of feels like a day-to-day routine, schedule, habit type of thing. But it feels like the little change has bigger impact, if that makes sense. Tokens are from Etsy. Where's my bag? No, that's not it. I don't know where it is, but they're from Etsy. Just type in divination tokens. There's one place that has the one, this is 3 different sets in here. One place has these 2, like the thicker black and white ones, and then the other place has these like more thin ones. Just type in divination tokens on Etsy. All right, everyone, I'm going to hop off. I'm starving. 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 30 minutes, is the premiere of Sarah's episode, Guidance by Sarah. I'm still working on getting Jen's page up for the Humans for Humanity page. Again, from now on, it's going to be the shortened, edited version, but the full uncut version will also be available, so you can see we're not making it up. I will be in the live chat for the premiere. Thank you to my mods and everyone for being here. What else? I'm out of the Sacred Woundings 1 deck. I'm making a little bit of changes, just kind of like making the spacing of the words a little more uniform. That's it. but that will not be available again until the beginning of June. I think that's all. I need to go eat. I'm really hungry. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you for being here.